Awesome. We're live and actually it's working. Oh my god, this live stream is working. Oh, if you believe in a deity, there is such a thing as a deity. Hey everyone, how you doing? Hope you're all well. It's the end of April, which means obviously on the Bond Geek channel we have a live stream. And I can see the questions already starting to pile in, which is really, really cool. Hope you're having a really great end of the month. If you're in the UK, like me, it is a long weekend, bank holiday weekend. We get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, and we've got the same again next week for the King's coronation. It's been actually a good weekend for me at the moment, but I'll get into that in a minute. I just want to, again, thank everyone who has come to watch the Bond Geek live stream here today. And if you've got any questions about anything, movies, TV, Bond, anything at all, just write it in and we'll get to your questions at the end of this live stream. Just keep them flooding in. There's no tally on it, but welcome everybody. Welcome. Hope you're all well. I see Jackson here as well. You got Joe. Hello. Hope you're all well. Hope everyone's having a really nice long weekend. Tell me what you're doing on your weekend, everyone. But anyhow, as I was saying, April's been a very, very weird month for me, if I'm honest. I don't know about you, but it has been so stressful. I mean, if you just look at me right now, honestly, I've been having less and less sleep recently. My job entails me to literally work not only for stuff for the UK, but US as well. And it's just, trust me, I've needed this rest. And you know what? What better thing to do than just sit down, relax, have a drink, and chat with all my friends online about Bond or anything else that passes your fancy. Just a couple of things that have happened in April. Just wanted to really chat about. Today, you lucky people in America, you've got access and you can go to the cinema and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Unfortunately, myself, I have to wait till next week, but I have booked my tickets for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I am really excited about it. Me and Sean, this is one of the films that we've just been looking forward to. So we're really excited about that. What else has happened in April? I mean, we've obviously finished The Mandalorian. I don't know about any Star Wars fans out there watching this, just out of interest, because I don't know about you, but I have found The Mandalorian Season 3, it's not been bad. I still think it's the quality levels there, but something about this season just didn't really quite work for me. Just didn't really work at all. But hey, that's just me as well. But again, some great Bond content out there. Now, just before this live stream started, I actually just finished Calvin Dyson's live stream he did from last night at the time of this recording. Great live stream. Wish I could, I wanted to watch it live, but I was just so tired yesterday. How I said I've been busy with stuff. I had to do my second job, which is swim teaching, yesterday morning, and then go into the office to do extra stuff yesterday, just to keep up and keep everything up to date. But it's all hopefully good, and it'll all be worth it. Now, I have prattling on now nearly about 4 minutes about my life. But again, I want to hear all the stuff going on in your life as well, everyone. But the big thing here is, as you noticed, the title of this is we've hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Redux. Now, I'll tell you why it's a Redux. I tried to do a live stream 2 weeks ago, just after we actually hit the 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And the internet, I don't know what it was on my side, but it was terrible. And I mean really, really bad. And I just got so annoyed because I was trying to do this big thank you to you all. I thought, right, that's it. No worry about it. I'll just wait till now. And so here it is. So everyone, a redux of what I said 2 weeks ago before the internet crapped out on me. On Easter Sunday this year, the Bond Geek reached 1,000 subscribers. Sincerely, hand on heart, a milestone. When I started the channel, I thought, well, it's not the real reason I'm doing it, but it would be nice if we could potentially get there. And only probably in January this year, I thought, actually, do you know what? We might actually get to 1,000 subscribers. We might actually. And on Easter Sunday, it happened. And to say I jumped for joy was just incredible. To the fact that, I have, people like Jack and Daffyd and so many others great of you just, constantly watching, constantly chatting. I've made so many new great friends from this channel. And the reason I love doing my hobby here, which is this YouTube channel, is just, it's you. It's all of you watching here. And it sounds like, it sounds like an Oscar-winning speech here, but I can't stress enough how sincere I'm trying to be here, and I hope I'm coming across like it. Just thank you. Thank you for joining the Bond Geek community. Thank you for being a part of it. You all, it's just fantastic. And I love doing this channel. It just fills my heart with such happiness and joy that I get to chat about the thing that I love most, in the world of fiction. Obviously Sean's the person I love the most in life, my fiance. But, it's just great to chat with so many of you great James Bondian fans out there. And this is the big news I'm going to share with you right now. You exclusive right here. I promised that once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I would create my Bond ranking of all 25 official James Bond films. I'm happy to report to you now that there's a couple of videos that have to come out first, but now they're mostly in the post-production stage. My next intention is to create my Bond ranking of all 25 films. Even so, I've even completed the script for it. So now it's going to be a case of just recording all the stuff and putting it together. And it's going to be a massive task, but that will be my next thing. So let me give you just a brief synopsis of what the two next videos are going to be, and then it's going to be the 007 ranking. So I'll just do this right now before we get here, and then we're going to talk about some more things that are going to come to the channel. And I want your input on this as well. I want all of your input. So even if you're not watching live, comment down below about certain things and the questions I'm going to ask in a minute, okay? So first thing is, the next two videos, it's going to be a two-parter, both about 20 minutes long. It's a massive video I'm making at the moment. And it's a requested one that I've been asked a lot about. So I'll leave you no more in suspense. We're going to do a massive two-parter what if the Bond films were filmed and released in chronological order. That's right. We're finally doing that big what if about the Bond films being made in chronological order. It was such a massive video to make. I've narrowed it down to two-parter of 20 minutes each. It's going to be fantastic. Part one comes out next week, where it's going to look at the Sean Connery and George Lazenby side of things. This part two is going to be Roger Moore all the way to Daniel Craig, because you'll find as the part two goes on, there isn't much change down the latter half of the Bond franchise. But those two videos are coming. After that, even if I need to take a week break from the channel just so I make sure I'm getting it right and spot on, we're going to have the big ranking of all 25 James Bond films. And if anyone's asking right now in the comment section, if you've asked me have I seen Dutch Bond fans ranking film, I haven't yet. Now, the reason I haven't yet is, as I say, I'm waiting till tomorrow when I've got literally an hour free in the morning, because I'm like such an early riser. I'm the sort of guy who gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm literally just going to wake up at 5, make my breakfast, sit down and watch his ranking video, and I cannot wait for it. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow morning. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So that was the first part of what I wanted to say. So those who are all asking, you know that the ranking film is now in active development. It's sort of in pre-production at the moment. The other side of things is obviously now I've reached 1,000 subscribers. With the also issue of saving up for a wedding, I can now potentially monetize my YouTube channel, which I intend to do now. Content-wise, there isn't going to be that different at all. It's still going to be stuff like how I've been running things now. But, obviously for every view I get that you will, decide to watch my videos or any ads that appear before the videos, hopefully I'll be getting some money that I can put back into the show. I'm hoping... And just an example I'm talking about, I want to get a video game emulator or, something to record video game footage, because I desperately want to do video game reviews. So that will be something hopefully that I will be investing in to give back to the channel, as well as potentially some new cameras, some new lighting. one of the things I'm desperately trying to work out is I want to do more sort of collaborations with people, and I'm finding recording the audio being such an issue. So I'm looking into researching some stuff for that as well. So know that, yes, we're going to be monetizing the Bond Geek channel, but I'm thinking about things I can put back into the show to make it so much better. So believe that. The other thing I want to do as well is to probably sort of start an affiliate link. Now, in the past, we have done affiliate links on the Bond Geek with the company I work for, Brew. That's one of the companies I work for, the Gourmet Tea Club. You probably, if you look back on some old videos like the one with Henry Cavill should be James Bond, you'll see them there. Now, I want to very much do an affiliate, be connected with an affiliate program. And if you've got any suggestions about, you know what, Henry, I'd like maybe, I don't know, a HelloFresh, or, you know, could you see if you can get a fitting, you know, and a discount code for a certain thing? Just let me know in the comments as well, because I'd rather get something that you all would find potentially useful to use, because that, the way I see it is I want to give something back to you all. So if you've got something like that, that would be really great to know. So just, I think that's really the massive first step. And do you know what? This live stream's already better because we're now approaching 12 minutes. And by now, my old one was literally just packing it in. So that's really great. So let me just summarize just everything here. Then we're literally going to go straight into all the questions that we have here. So from the deepest part of my heart, and I know even Sean's just, you know, just jumping for joy. Like, you know, my hobbies, as far as I'm concerned, has already been a success, even more. And now this, just thank you to everyone who has ever watched my videos, continues to watch my videos, keeps chatting with me. It's honestly incredible. And I really, really do appreciate it. And I want to now monetize my channel. And I want to, hopefully, any money we get from like advertisements and potential affiliate links, I want to put back into the show to be able to do things like, you know, video game reviews, better lighting, better cameras for the show, you know, all sorts of stuff that I can make, you know, my hobby, you know, even better. You know, in live streams, you'll be able to have super chats maybe if you want. You know, there's so many different things that we can do now, which I hope, you know, I'll be able to invest back into the channel. The other thing, as I mentioned earlier, is I desperately want to maybe do a proper serious affiliate link with someone. I don't know, example like HelloFresh. So if you know something like, you know, Henry, I'd really like it if you can maybe get an affiliate link for this, just let me know, because I really, really would appreciate that. But I'm going to try and find that stuff. So I'm really trying to come up with a lot of stuff to give back to you all as well. And I suppose lastly, as you know, there's going to be a two-parter. What if the Bond films were made in chronological order? We know that's coming. Then after that, I'm going to be, well, I've already sort of written the script from it, as I mentioned. We're going to be doing the big ranking of Bond films 1 to 25. We're all going to do that. But let's get into your questions now. So we have Jack, who writes, hello from Indiana again. Jack, I know for a fact that I will hopefully be coming to the US maybe this year for a work visit. So if I do, I'm going to try and see if I can go there. Jack writes, have you seen Scream 6 or the latest trailer for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Okay, so Scream 6 I have not seen. I'm actually very behind on Scream. I haven't watched either even Scream 5 yet. But I hear it's very good. I hear it's actually really good. I need to catch up in it. But I'll be honest, Scream has never been one of my like favorite things of all time. It just never has been that much. But later over Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny, yes, I have seen, and I'm really looking forward to watching that. And I'll tell you why. I'll be honest with you. Indiana Jones 1, I think, is like literally amazing, like an, you know, absolutely incredible, like a solid 9 out of 10 movie. Temple of Doom, I've never really been a fan of. Last Crusade, the best Indiana Jones film by far, 9.5 out of 10. Crystal Skull, I think, is not as good as Last Crusade and Raiders, but much better than Temple of Doom, a good solid 7 out of 10. And I enjoy the Aztec mythology and, you know, the alien conspiracy with, you know, El Dorado and all that stuff. I just enjoy that stuff. Dial of Destiny, to be honest, I think the only reason Dial of Destiny is alive here is Harrison Ford basically said in his contract for Force Awakens, you want me back for Star Wars, you've got to give me one more Indiana Jones. And I think they're just fulfilling that. But it does look incredible. I am excited for Dial of Destiny. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And again, me and Sean just can't wait to watch it, really. Jack Hine again writes, have you watched The Night Agent on Netflix? No, but I have started Amazon's new spy show called Citadel, which I thought the first episode was okay. Nothing, great or grand yet, but Richard Mannon's good. I'd like to see where it goes. I can't really judge the show based on just 2 episodes, in my opinion. But hey, no, I haven't seen the Night Agent. I've seen The Night Manager with Tom Hiddleston, but not that one. Jack again writes, Brian Cox is going to be part of the Amazon Prime James Bond game show. Yes, I heard he's going to be like the, I don't know, what are they calling him? The controller? Is that what they're calling him? Again, you add Brian Cox to something, you're always acting great talent and class to something. So I think it's a win-win-win-win here. So yeah, I think I have to say this 007 Road to a Million. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested, because I am quite intrigued by this. And if this is the direction that Amazon are going to go with Bond a bit, where you're going to have spin-offs like this, it's not the end of the world, and I can see it potentially working. As I mentioned, I don't know if any of you saw like my idea for a Bond cinematic universe. Sorry for the plug here about it. But I came with this idea, and I'd love to see them like try and recreate Bond gadgets a bit and get like Clarkson, Hammond, and May to host that. I think that could just be, I don't know, a bit funny. Joe, it's May this year, I'm graduating from college. Jack, this is a toast to you. Congratulations for your graduation. I already know you're going to go incredibly far in life. That's absolutely for sure. Congratulations on that. Better come back in the May live stream and tell me more about your graduation day, please. John Doe writes, hi, I'm Plenty. Well, of course you are. Plenty O'Toole. Do you know what? Plenty O'Toole, I think, is a slightly underrated Bond girl. If I'm honest, I think she did. I think her character is slightly underrated, but I hear Liana Wood is just an amazing lady, really nice to her fans as well. So well done, kudos to her. Jack again writes, haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet. Well, as you know, for those of you maybe who just joined, one of the things I did today, apart from finally watch Calvin's live stream of last night, I booked my tickets for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm seeing it next Saturday about 3:15 in the afternoon, and I cannot wait. I am so hyped, so stoked. I've decided this week I'm going to watch Volume 1 and 2. I'm going to watch Infinity War and Endgame, Love and Thunder, the Christmas special they did. I'm just going to get myself proper back into the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, I cannot wait for it. Captain Alex writes, honestly, congrats now on to 2K subs. Well, Alex, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. And yeah, I suppose the next one is sort of 2K subs. Let's see if we can get there. Who knows? Lorenzo writes, hello, bro. Hello to you, man. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Lorenzo. Again, I couldn't have got here without, the greatness of friends like Lorenzo. Lorenzo is, he's just a really, again, how I always say to people, one of the greatest gifts I've got from doing a YouTube channel is I've got to meet new friends. Lorenzo is a perfect example of that. He is, he's a friend for life now, as far as I'm concerned. He absolutely is. Doris, I have enjoyed your content and I have an idea for a video being a version. Hold on. Let me start that again, Jack. I have enjoyed your content. Oh, thank you very much, bud. And I have an idea for a video being our version of No Time to Die. Yeah, we should, we see. John, are you referring to your new fan sort of version you're doing? Because I'm still waiting to see that. But yeah, I do think there's something there which we would be really great. Lorenzo, I'm looking forward to your ranking video of all James Bond movies eventually. Excited. Yeah, I'll say it again, say it loud, say it proud, everyone. I have finished writing the script. I've just got to finish these 2 videos that are in post-production. Then, even if it takes me an extra week and there might be no content there just to get it ready and live and going, I am finally creating my ranking of all James Bond movies. It's happening. It's going to happen. I'm super excited about it. Zachary Enter. Hey, Zachary writes, what are some story character / location ideas you want to see in a movie? 2, I want a husband and wife villain pair, a bounty hunter, Bond girl, a boat chase. Didn't you write that into Calvin's live stream as well, bud? I think you did. And I want to just reiterate what he said on that one, actually. So I want, the husband and wife villain, I think, could be an interesting dynamic, something we actually haven't really seen before, which I think could work. But story-wise, I imagine something maybe with the use of like AI being so big at the moment. I mean, like just on a note, everyone, just on a note, I will put my hand up high. Part of my job is I do use ChatGPT, and I try to avoid it normally like the plague. For those who know ChatGPT, you can look online. It's an AI. People say you need to use it more. You need to use it more. Has anyone seen Terminator, Blade Runner, Total Recall, 2001: A Space Odyssey? What happens when AI gets too big? Okay, so honestly, Bond against AI, I think, could be a really, really modern day great story. Location ideas, I desperately want to see Bond visit Australia. I've always have. Characters, just keep up the great characters you're doing at the moment. And again, the wife and a bounty hunter Bond girl, I think, could be really interesting. And a boat chase on a Norwegian, I think, could be great as well. I'll tell you one thing. I think it was in the proposed Property of the Lady script where you're going to have a jewel thief, akin like Bond's Catwoman. That's a character I'd like to see come back. But Zach, I think again, great ideas there. Guys, I have another being your version of Spectre. Jack, yeah. So what Jack's saying is, for those who don't know, if you go on my channel, I'm going to be doing a sort of reboot, remake, reimagining of Spectre, how I think it could be slightly better. It is down the pipeline. Again, it's just a question of do you know what? Do I share this or do I not? Yeah, I think I will share this. So I actually did a recording of my version of Spectre about a month ago, and I looked over it, and I just wasn't happy with my version of it. I wasn't happy, and I thought I can still do better. So I literally scrapped it, and I came up with a video quickly on the slide, which turned out to be actually a video you all liked, which was my interpretation of all Bond actors, which I literally did in the space of under 24 hours. But I am working on that version of Spectre. I still am, very much so. Darius, I'm from Indiana too. Okay, you and Jack, I've got to go to Indiana. Sadly, the most fun place to hang out there, I think, is the gay bar Greg's. Zach, if you ever come to the UK, you will see a lot of shops with the name Greg's selling sausage rolls and stuff. It's not a gay bar, just so don't worry about that. Do you know what though? Actually, that being said, when I was at university at Cheltenham, University of Gloucester, there was this great, it was like gay disco nightclub, one of the best places to go to, and I loved going there. Now, I'm not gay myself, but it was just a nice place, and everyone was just more friendly and nice and more courteous. I always liked it. We ended up going there a lot, actually, while we were at uni. Zachary again writes, sorry, let me just get my voice. I also have a list of directors I want to see do a movie. I'd love to know what you think. Okay, let's go. Carrie again? Maybe not with recent things, but Denise Villeneuve, 100% must happen. Catherine Bigelow, absolutely. Tom Ford, absolutely. Joe Wright, iffy. Ari Aster, don't know that person. Am I crazy? No, your mother had you tested. And if you watch Big Bang Theory, you know what I'm talking about. I think the list is great. Of all those names on there, Zachary, Denise Villeneuve is definitely the one I would go with the most. I can't think of a bad film he's actually done. And this might be heresy to say, but I think the film Blade Runner is a masterpiece. I really do. I actually think Blade Runner 2049 is better. I really actually do. Zachary said, I do find it funny they never tried to get Natalie Wood as a Bond girl. Possible of a great American actress, yet they never got her. Zedler's sister for whatever reason. I still love her though. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think if you look at the history, there is so much, honestly, so much of great actors, actresses, singers, people, you just love to see. But, the Bond series is littered with them. Absolutely. Reese Jimmers, congrats, mate. Thank you very much, Reese. I really appreciate it. Oh, you were in his stream too. If you're talking to Calvin's, no, I didn't watch it the night he did it. I literally just watched it today. So I need to. I just literally followed it up. I mean, this is the thing everyone actually slightly forgets. Yes, I'm a very, 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 very small YouTuber. It's a hobby in a spare time sort of thing. But I'm like you. I'm always watching David Zaritsky, Joseph Darlington, Dutch Bond fan, Calvin, listening to podcasts like Smersh podcasts. I'm always doing that. Because it's just nice knowing that. AB Ahmed writes, hello to you. Hope you're having a great evening. Zach writes, Ari Aster did her. He did Hereditary, Midsummer, and his new one out now, Bureau is Afraid. Well, that's with Joaquin Phoenix, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm actually going to follow Zachary because I think you mentioned this on Calvin's stream. I'm going to say it here. Calvin last night said he wasn't really a fan of the film Joker, and I think all for very, very good reasons. I love Joker. I think it's incredible. I think, for me, taking a character so larger than life as the Joker and actually presenting a very chilling, very serious, like, this person could potentially actually happen in real life, just made it more frightening. When I say more frightening, made the Joker more frightening than I think he's ever been before in his life. Really did. But on to your thing about Ari Aster. Yes, Hereditary and Midsummer, I think, are terrific films. I can't speak on Bio is Afraid. But yeah, if he was to do a Bond film, I think that could be really interesting. I don't know if he would work so well, though, in mainstream. I'm going to be absolutely honest. But thank you for actually telling me the name of the director for that. I really appreciate that, bud. Jerry's, been seeing both fan scripts and to do it as a collaboration video. Yeah, absolutely. We need to look into that. We do need to look into that, okay? We need to chat after live stream just sometime. So Zachary writes, did you hear my Bond girl I told you about on there? Did you hear my Bond girl I told you about on there, lol? It's ringing a bell, Zachary. It's ringing a bell. No, it's gone. So you have to write it in for me, bud. You have to write it in for me, if you could. Okay, AB Ahmed writes, have you looked into that Moonraker screenplay from the 50s? I've been meaning to look into it. Yes, actually, I'm really glad you brought that up. Okay. Ahmed basically said to me, like, there is online somewhere a script for like what the 1950s Moonraker movie could have been. I desperately tried to look for that because I wanted to read it, turn it into a video, and get people's reaction. I couldn't find it. I'm still looking. I'm sure it's there somewhere, but I just couldn't find it. It was so annoying. I'm just like, where is this script? I want to find it. If you know where it is, please let me go. Zacharias, Bongo list me. Okay. Oh, that whole list you did. Yeah. Absolutely. And here we go. So here we go. Yes, I now remember because Calvin talked about Lupita Nyong'o a lot. Yeah. So Christina I can never say the surname. I think again, great choice, Zachary. Myself, Anna Troff. Yep. Shapila. What is up with my? Can't speak tonight. Shipla Shetty, potentially, yeah, and Lupita Nyong'o, definitely. I think one day. Do you know what? I'd like to go into it further. I think actually Lupita Nyong'o could actually make a great Bond villain because I don't know what it is. And Calvin mentioned this last night, and I've got literally this video again ready to go, just when ready for when I choose to do it. Why is there no more female villains in the Bond franchise? Because when we've had female villains in the franchise, they've been some of those memorable, fantastic, incredible characters. You're talking like Rosa Klebb, Mayday. You've got, Electra King, terrific characters. Why do you not do it more? In video games, you had Malprey from Agent Under Fire. Honestly, and sorry, Zachary, you've just written in here, I think another great one. Sorry, right here. Kate Blanchett, terrific in Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones. She would be an amazing James Bond villain. I'd love to see her be in a James Bond film and potentially as a villain. And do you know what? Actually, after just hearing Calvin last night, what I'd love to do is actually a collaboration with him, because I have done a collaboration once with Calvin years ago. And I'd love to talk to him, actually, maybe do something together about talking about why we need more female villains in the franchise, simply because they're fantastic. I mean, it's not an apples to oranges comparison here, but wouldn't it be great if you have a real champagne villain for a Bond female villain? Effectively, the Ursula from Little Mermaid of the James Bond franchise could be so fantastic. Here's actually one as well. Just, again, it's on my video list. Wouldn't it be great if Helena Bonham Carter played a Bond villain? For those who don't know, Helena Bonham Carter is Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. She's in King's Speech. She was going out with Tim Burton a lot, so she was like in Sweeney Todd and Dark Shadows and so many other, Tim Burton films. So wouldn't it be great to have Helena Bonham Carter as potentially a villain? I think that would be absolutely fantastic. So, right, everyone, at the moment, we've gone through all the questions that we've got at the moment. If you've got any more, please certainly just, pass them in the next couple of minutes. It'll be really, really great. While we wait to see if anyone does have any more questions to ask, let me just ask you all a question. So I've mentioned already right now about getting a affiliate link to give back something to you guys. Is there anything in particular you would like to see if I could get an affiliate link for? Because that, to me, is very important, that I want to get that right. That's something you all will enjoy, you will all benefit from, because I think that is just, that needs to happen. Sorry, Zach's just quickly written in some more females. My other tops are Tilda Swinton. Yes. Tilda Swinton needs to come into the Bond franchise somehow. Villain, M, Q, Moneypenny, whatever, needs to be in there. Alice Cringe, I don't know the name myself personally. Anne Dowd, good choice, and Isabella Hooper. I don't know. I'm gonna look up that name actually. Let me just, everyone. This is literally, I'm literally looking up the name right now. Isabella Hubert. Let me just have a look. Okay, she'd make a great Bond villain. Oh, Lady Greta, Miss Harris. Oh, I know the lady you're talking about now, Zachary. Yes. Of all those, Isabella Hooper definitely should be a Bond villainess. She would be absolutely terrific, without a shadow of a doubt. Do you know what? I think that's everyone's. I think all the. Oh, hold on. There we go. I think that's all the questions everyone's got actually at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a short, I think, live stream here, but again, everyone, I think maybe then we'll just end on. Again, me just saying thank you so much for just being part of the Bond Geek community. These live streams happen at the end of every month. Just a way of saying hi. Hopefully we'll see more future changes coming to the channel. Improvements now. I have the potential possibility to do so. I'm super excited about stuff. Another thing, just literally right at the end here, usually we've now started a podcast app, so I might be starting a sort of Bond Geek podcast soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. Oh, sorry, we actually have got some more questions here, so we'll pause on the goodbye there for a moment. Oh, we've got quite a few here. So Joe says, I think Funky Yasmin should be back as an ally. If she came back to the franchise, I would be a win, because it's a reboot, so we could do it. But Funky Yasmin Xena Onatopp is without doubt, I think, one of the best Bond villains we ever had. Xena Onatopp is just special to me. ABM says, something that always made me question was why Quantum of Solace never used even the conversation from the short story in the scene. I agree, Ahmed. I think if you use that story like either on the plane or when Bond meets Mathis again, it would have worked really well. And I think if you actually explain to the audience what Quantum of Solace means, it would be much better. So, let's see. I think that would have been another big improvement. But to me, I've said this many a time, and I'll say this right now. The biggest improvement I think Quantum of Solace should have done, in my personal opinion, and again, representing no one else but me, I know many people disagree with me. Dominic Green shouldn't have been the villain of Quantum of Solace. In my opinion, it should have been Mr. White. That's how it should have gone. If you look at the original films, you had Dr. No, who was Spectre agent. Then you actually had freelance. Then you had number 3 and number 5 with Versa Klebb and Kronstein. Then you moved up the ranks to number 2, which was Largo, and then we moved on to Blofeld. From Casino Royale to Quantum, it's sort of like we went sideways instead of up the ranks. And if you had gone to the next level, which should have been Mr. White, I think that would have actually helped the film a lot. I just like what you're doing. Who said you had to have an affiliate link? No, Zachary, thank you for actually writing that in, bud. I appreciate that. The only reason I'm thinking about potential an affiliate link is just so maybe if I can give something back to you in some way. That's my pure reason. If people say to me, Henry, don't bother with affiliate link, don't worry about any of that stuff, then I'll do it. I mean, by the way, Zachary, you're not the only person who said, Henry, just carry on what you're doing. Yeah, just, yes, your channel might be monetized now and all that stuff, but don't worry about it. Really just don't bother about all that other stuff. Just, enjoy it. And so, honestly, your words are a lot of people have said to me as well. So, I am taking that on board. I'm not just saying, I really am taking it on board. Zachary, also, Alice Krige was the Borg Queen and Priestess in the first Silent Hill movie. Oh. Sorry, Zach, you know what? First off, again, you, sir, should be a casting director because you've always got great choices, I have to say. And please keep them coming. I'd love to hear what you think might be a good Q, Bond, Moneypenny, Felix Leiter. This could be fantastic. I would literally listen to them always in a heartbeat. But do you know what? I haven't seen the Silent Hill movie in a long time, and I always thought that was actually one of the best video game adaptations into a movie ever. And again, little bit of an overshare here. I'm so over the moon that Super Mario Bros. Has done so well, because for years I've been praying, hoping one day we will get a stage where video game movies become like this whole new genre, which everyone goes crazy about, like they do with superhero movies. I just never understood why people struggle so hard in adapting video games into movies. Yes, you have to change some stuff, and you should change stuff, but just follow the story. Just follow the story. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what Mario did. It took, yes, it's a simple premise, but it followed it and it was faithful and had fun with it and turned it into a movie script. And it works. Super Mario Bros. Is exactly what I've been talking about. Last of Us is another perfect example. If any of you watched Last of Us this year, it changes some things around to make it work for a TV show, but it keeps to the feeling, the tone, and the actual overall story. And that's why it works. I just don't understand why, and I'm just so glad to see this stuff is finally happening. A.B. Ahmed writes, Mr. White being the villain of Quantum would have been really cool, but I also kind of like how he's a looming figure in the Craig series. Yeah, to be honest, even though I stand by that thing about him being the villain in Quantum, the fact that he could now, because he wasn't, came back in Spectre, did make Spectre a bit better. Douglas, I wish in Spectre they didn't retcon it to make Quantum a subgroup of Spectre and just kept it as Quantum. I get where you're coming from with that. I really, really do. The thing is with Quantum and Spectre, I think I can't remember the exact date when they got the rights back to Spectre. And I think when you set up the organization, to be honest, you could have just, if you think about it in Quantum Solace, the only time they actually mention the name Quantum is right at the end where White, Green says, I've told you everything you need to know about Quantum, but you had like, the earpieces and stuff. But you could have just kept it the organization, kept it very quiet, and just had it always that that it always was Spectre all along. You didn't really need to like mention Quantum again in Spectre. I think people have just gone, oh, it's the organization of the first two Craig films. I don't think you needed to mention Quantum a bit. As Zach writes, and my top choice at the moment is Henry Golding. Do you know, a lot of people have been chatting to me about the idea of Henry Golding being James Bond. And I have to say, hands down, I think he's got a good chance. I think he's absolutely got a chance. He's the sort of person that the Bond producers would look for. Now, I'm not going to get into this whole Bond has to be, a white male. I have my own views on that. I keep that offline as much as I can because a lot of people see, whether, the casting of Bond sometimes being a political issue, and I don't want to get into that. That's not the point of the channel. But, if they announce Henry Golding as the next James Bond, wouldn't it be my first choice? Probably not in my top 5, but I would be excited to see what he actually does with the role. Like, yes, plus The Last of Us was so good this year. Yeah, see, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well, Zachary. I have to say, I really, really enjoyed The Last of Us TV show. I fell in love with that show so much, and I love the games. Zachary, Pedro Pascal is a choice of Felix 2 or a villain. No. Zachary, I originally had this idea about maybe sort of John David Washington as Felix Leiter. Screw that now. Seriously, screw that. Pedro Pascal as Felix Leiter. 100%. That is my new favorite. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Also, AB Ahmed writes, what do you think is the most interesting cancelled Bond movie? There's not much, but the ones that there are, I think all of them are interesting. Okay, most interesting. I think for me, I think it would be the Dalton Property of a Lady. Whether it had been a complete misfire or a massive success, I think that's the one I really of all of them want to see. I would be lying though if I would have loved to have seen the adaptation. You know, we're talking about like the 1950s Moonraker movie. That would, I think, have been really good as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Property of the Lady, Dalton. I still think that they will never do this. They will never, ever do this. But if, and I mean if, they decide, let's do an animated recreation of this potential third Dalton film and get Dalton back to be Bond, us Bond fans, I think, would just literally be like Stu Griffin when he finds out he's going to Disney World. I really, really do. Anyways, so we just had that one. Even if some of them might not have been good. Well, yeah, I still stand by that. Jared, I hope we find out more about Project 007. Oh, yeah. We're meant to be having a Bond game soon, aren't we? I completely forgot about that, if I'm absolutely honest. Shame on me. But you know what? Look, great art takes time. And, you know, this is why when, you know, Barbara, like, for instance, when Barbara Broccoli says, you know, Bond 26 is probably going to be 2025, I think, okay, fair enough. As part of my brain is wanting, I want it now! But I know, okay, if you're going to take your time on it and make sure it's right, fair enough. But I think any more past 2025 is just taking the mick. I think, sincerely, actually, and I've said this many, many times, I think in 2023 this year, we're going to get an announcement of pre-production, maybe. We're definitely, I think, going to get a director announcement this year. Next year, probably in August, we're going to get the announcement of the next James Bond. That's what I do think. AB Ahmed, right? Oh, sorry, Jack, I didn't think about Project 007. I don't know when Project 007 is going to come out. I'm super excited for it. The idea of a Hitman James Bond game is perfection. Is E3 happening this year? I think I swear maybe they're doing it every other or something, but I think it's an E3 show. We're going to get the information we want about Project 007. AB Ahmed writes, do you think Spectre could have been better ending for Craig's saga than Danny Boyle's No Time to Die screenplay would have been better for a reboot? Yes, 100% actually. Upon reflection, I've been really thinking about this a lot. I think if we would have gotten Danny Boyle's No Time to Die screenplay or his version, his Bond 25, it wouldn't have been the best send off for this James Bond. You know, very much so. I think Craig's Bond would have been better ended in Spectre. I think people would have accepted that. But hey, you know, again, I'm in the minority here. I really like No Time to Die. I really did. I thought it was the perfect blend of the traditional James Bond adventure with the sort of Daniel Craig storyline put into it. Exactly. I still think it makes of sense if they try some sort of Felix Leiter spin-off. Yeah, I agree. I think that would do it. Either show or TV series. What if they did get Pedro? Yeah. Zach, I don't know if you've seen it, but on my channel, I've done like what I think a Bond cinematic universe would be. And the most obvious one to do is a Felix Leiter spin-off TV show in the vein of like Jack Ryan. I have in my head. And yeah, if they cast, Pedro Pascal as Felix and he was Felix in the Bond movies and in the TV show, win, 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 winny, win, win. And of course, it makes sense. Movie or TV. So I think it would be a TV show. Look, I'll say this. If we do get like legitimate in continuity spin-offs of Bond, I still feel strongly they are going to be on Amazon Prime. They're not going to be movies. Bond will be the cinematic event. So like that. Lorenzo, I'm looking forward to your new video, bro. Yep. For those of you who don't know, I'll say it one more time. The next couple of videos we have what if the Bond films were made in chronological order, part 1 and 2, and then the big ranking of 1 to 25 of my James Bond movies. Daffyd writes, Henry, congrats to all your hard work, man. Honestly, it's just been fun. It's just been fun. But thank you, Daffyd. I really do appreciate that. Anyway, take care of yourself. Yeah. Do you know what? This weekend has been good so far. I've really started to like de-stress myself from life. Honestly, everyone, if you get into sales and marketing, prepare yourself for a lot of stress in those lives. ABM Ed says, my guess is we'll have Project 007 released nearby Bond 26, but not an actual tie-in game. Okay, I can see that. So maybe potentially, if I may sort of build on what you've said there, we might get a Bond game and Bond film in, say, 2025? Maybe. That's a win as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look at Nightfire. That got released the same year as Dino Den. I think both helped each other. So, yeah. Definitely is. And I hope you like that scenario preview for Goldeneye I posted. Please watch it before you watch the movie again. I did see that. I thought it was brilliant. And I haven't watched Goldeneye again, but I think now, definitely after what you said, I'm going to watch that preview that you showed me again and then go watch Goldeneye sometime. Because I haven't watched Goldeneye actually in about 2 months. It is my most watched Bond film. Zachary writes, my only complaints with No Time to Die. Oh, I love new things about No Time to Die. About No Time to Die are Naomi and Safin are really dull characters. I wish the titles were in black and white, and I wish Carrie had gone with the cinematography he worked with on True Detective. Okay, Zach, let me just break that down for you. Naomi and Safin being dull characters. I can sort of see why you feel that way. And again, it's just respective opinion. Your opinion is as valid as my opinion. And I do get why my own brother felt the exact same way as you. Missed opportunity, wasted characters. Me, myself, personally, I really like Safin and Naomi worked for me, but that's just me. I love your comment about you wishing the titles were in black and white, because I'm going to say something here. I said it to my review and I'm going to say it here. When No Time to Die came out, and you heard the song for Billie Eilish, you saw the music, it was mostly in black and white. I thought we were going to have a real sort of somber mood, black and white title sequence, which I was like prepping myself for. And suddenly we got like this amazing like 1960s revival, colorful title sequence, and I loved it to bits. Don't get me wrong, and I still think the No Time to Die title sequence is incredible. But like you, I really thought that was going to happen. And the cinematographer for True Detective, I'm going to disagree on that one myself, because I think the cinematographer he got was terrific. Was terrific. I love the cinematography in No Time to Die. Lorenzo writes, I really do hope you're ranking Pierce Brosnan films hype. I really do hope you're ranking Pierce Brosnan films hype in your ranking. There are a few, shall we say, for those who don't know, I am a child of the 90s. Brosnan is my Bond. He always will be my Bond. And I will admit some of his films more rank higher than others. 995 was a very Power Rangers, the movie, Batman Forever and Casper, along with the GE, of course. Do you know what, David? I'm going to say this right now. I saw on Netflix the Power Rangers For Once and Always special. Terrible. Absolutely. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but if you look at the original Power Rangers show, it's the corniest you can sort of enjoy. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's because it's in half-hour sync, but that whole Power Rangers special, that was a real slugfest for me to get through. I really did feel it. And I just felt, you know what? As something celebrating the original Power Rangers, it didn't really celebrate it that well, in my opinion. Renzo writes, Goldeneye is an amazing Bond movie. Yep. Without doubt, still my favorite Bond film of all time. Abir Mead writes, Bond 26 being 2025 and Project 007 being 2026 will probably have everyone calm down for a space in between films. Well, again, that's why. So let me just sort out my chair here, everyone. That's why I feel that video games are important to the Bond franchise. Okay, they fill up the gaps in between the movies and make it not feel such a long time. This is why I think it was so great in this period between Brosnan and Craig, because in that time we had like Everything or Nothing, we had From Russia with Love, GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Am I missing some here? We had these games like coming out every year that just sort of fed the gap a bit, and it helps so much. So I really do. That's why I think the importance there. Zachary writes, speaking of cinematography, I'm trying to do a regrade of The World Is Not Enough, and it's so frustrating. Can barely mess with the colors without screwing up skin tones and making them too red. Zachary, are you are you actually a sort of, a color grader? With all Da Vinci and all that stuff. That's really interesting, bud. You and me should definitely chat independently here, because I love color grading. And I'm terrible at it at times, but I do find it so intriguing. So it'd be great to chat to you more about that. Whereas I might not love No Time to Die, but it's a top 3 best looking Bond film visually for me. I think the best I would agree with that. I think the best looking Bond films, in my opinion, visually, cinematography wise and color and all that stuff, no particular order. No Time to Die is definitely, I think, top 3. Skyfall and The Spy Who Loved Me. I think they're some of the best looking Bond films. Daphne Brooks, I hope I'm okay to ask, will you have a band at your wedding and a Bond song in there? Okay, I'm going to be careful with this because Sean might hear. Will I be having a Bond song at my wedding? Yes. It won't be the one we first danced to, but you never know. I might just ask the DJs to maybe put on Live and Let Die or something like that. I can just hear afterwards this live stream going, no, you're not having a Bond song, but I'm probably sneak one in there somewhere. Dafford writes, here's what I say about the Dalton era. The Living Daylights was a nice reboot for the era, especially because it had 3 soundtracks to the movie, especially the song If There Was a Man. Living Daylights is definitely in my top 10 ranking. It's actually enough. No, a bit of a spoiler, but Living Daylights is in my top 5 Bond films, without a shadow of a doubt. I love that film so much. And again, the soundtrack is incredible. Zachary enters, I want to work in filmmaking someday. So yeah, I'm doing stuff like this as practice lol. And where could we chat? I'm down. Well, again, you can chat to me on Instagram. You can find me on the Bond Geek Facebook page. But yeah, happy to chat to you about the stuff. Abby Ahmed writes, some of the visual shots in Unmerciful Service are beautiful. Yes, that is an incredibly beautiful movie. I just feel like the 3 I mentioned, Skyfall, No Time to Die, and Spy Love Me, are just better. Dev writes, and where was everybody gone by Necros? Where? Oh God, that is again such a great character, Necros. Actually, I really did like him. Sorry, you should play No Time to Die at the wedding as a joke. To be honest, if I was going to play, well, my plan is to play a couple of Bond songs at my wedding. I was planning to do We Have All the Time in the World. And to say, if my fiance can have ABBA, I can have Bond. Lorenzo writes, the break between Dino Day and Casino Royale, we had exciting James Bond video games, exactly. And we had classic Age Under Fire, 007 Nightfare, GoldenEye Renegade, Every Nothing, and From Russia with Love. Yeah, great one. Exactly my point, Lorenzo. The importance and what it also did. I can't stress this enough. I think a whole generation of Bond fans became Bond fans thanks to the video games. It was a great stepping on platform for us all. So that's why I say it is so important. Darius, nice one, man. I love The Living Daylights too. It's such a great movie. And did you see the Living Daylights Trio chocolate bar stickers video by Virtuous? No, I did not. And I think, everyone, that's the end of the live stream. I think I've sort of said the goodbye bit in the middle of the video now, but it doesn't matter. I just want to say again, thank you very much for watching here. It's great, chatting to you all. Do look out for the next couple of videos. And if you want to chat to me further, as I say, Instagram, easiest place to find me. There is the Facebook group, James Bond Geek Heaven. You can find me there. Everyone, take care. Goodbye.